Do to record. Welcome everyone. We're at week 6 of our spring chair yoga series. And as a reminder, we've been reviewing the principles of yoga ethics. The first 5 weeks we did the yamas, which are those principles that are reflections of our true nature. And for the next 5 weeks, we're going to do the niyamas, which are the principles which are traits that are considered to evolve us towards harmony. And as usual, I really like to refer to my teacher, Nichelle Joy Davies' translation of these principles because I think she puts the language in modern terms. The first niyama is called Saucha, which was translated in the past as cleanliness. It's now often referred to as purity. And it's really meant in terms of living a healthy lifestyle, making sure that you're not cluttering your house with things that distract you from getting closer to your own true nature. So it's a purity in the form of simplicity, not necessarily meaning that you have to take daily baths, but they do urge cleanliness in the process. So, we've got Judy coming in. Hold on a second, everyone. Make sure I see her before I continue. All right, so it looks like we've got everybody in now. So the mudra itself is called the Vishuddha mudra. It's the gesture for purification, for cultivating this sense of purity of body, mind, and spirit. And again, I told you that the literal translation is cleanliness. What my teacher Nichelle says is through simplicity and continued refinement, the body, thoughts, and emotions become clear reflections of the self within. Saucha reveals our joyful nature and the yearning for knowing the self blossoms. So again, I love her interpretation so much more than the very brief, somewhat stilted, I guess, translations that are typically done by males of the Sanskrit translations. So the mind in this aspect is to allow us to meet each new experience openly with appreciation. Saucha of the body cultivates a healthy lifestyle, and Saucha of the spirit encourages us to create clear, open spaces in our surroundings, living in simplicity so we can better focus on our spiritual journey. This particular mudra directs our breath awareness and energy into the area of the throat, our center of spiritual purification. And again, if you're familiar with chakra theory, this is the center of your truth, where you speak your truth. So there's a lot of interesting metaphors here. It enhances circulation into our vocal cords, releasing tension, which facilitates greater ease in speaking and singing. So, excuse me. So for our chair yoga dance, we're going to do Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And for many of you, we've done this a lot. So I encourage you to use those vocal cords if you want to sing. Again, you're muted, so nobody else will hear you except those in your household. Okay, and then let me see, what else did I put here? I think that's it. So the mudra itself is kind of simple, but it looks kind of weird. You're going to take your thumb and you're going to bring it to the inner edge, bottom edge of that ring finger. So all fingers are extended. Thumb is resting right at the bottom of the ring finger. Then we're going to flip the hands and allow them to rest on your thighs or knees, whichever is most comfortable. And then gently place your feet on the floor. Note your alignment. And if it feels comfortable for you, I invite you to gently close your eyes, tuning inward as you hold the Vishuddha mudra. Take several natural breaths to attune to all the feelings and sensations awakened by this gesture. Notice how your breath is gently directed upward into your throat and neck, instilling a sense of spaciousness. With each inhalation, your sense of spaciousness expands naturally, and with each exhaling breath, tension from your throat and neck is gradually released. As space is created and tension is released, A process of purification naturally occurs with all dimensions of your being. Begin by sensing the process of purification within your physical body. Reflect on the extent to which you eat consciously and only in the quantities you need to support your optimal health and vitality. Take several breaths to envision a dietary routine that purifies your body and nourishes it completely. Next, explore the level of purity within your surroundings. To what extent does your environment reflect both cleanliness and simplicity, maintaining only what you need to support your journey of transformation and awakening? Take several breaths to envision the changes you can make in your surroundings that would allow energy to flow more freely, naturally inspiring your spiritual journey. Now reflect on the level of purity in your use of time and energy. To what extent do you create a clear and open space for a spiritual practice, a time to simply be, free from the roles you play in your other life's activities? Take several breaths to envision yourself creating a sacred space of silence and peace, where you may attune more deeply to the voice of your authentic being. Finally, reflect on purity at the level of your spiritual beliefs. To what extent are you able to release excessive identification with the teachers, philosophies, and techniques, which are important vehicles, but never the destination of your journey? Take several breaths to attune to the simplicity of your true being that is already present beyond all spiritual paths, beliefs, teaching, and techniques waiting to be revealed. And then as you feel ready, you may slowly release the gesture, taking several breaths to rest in your own pure essence. As you open your eyes, you come back into the body and into your essential being. So I'm going to scoot back. And for those that just joined, this week we're working on the principle of Saucha, which loosely translates as purity, but it's focused on the area of the throat, our vocal cords. So we're going to start by grounding ourselves, making sure that our feet are firmly planted on the floor, ankles, knees, and hips are in alignment. And then we're going to do an adult temper tantrum to exercise our vocal cords. So some of you, I can't remember whether we've done this here before. It's something I do with the cancer patients at the hospital, and they all love it because everybody has some level of frustration in life that we need to get rid of. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it 3 times. We're going to take a deep inhale, and when we exhale, we're going to let our inner kindergartner out, or our toddler, whoever it was that threw tantrums as a kid. And we're going to pound the feet on the floor, pound our hands, and just let it all out through our voice. So everybody ready? Here we go. Inhaling. Ah. And now we're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale again. And 1 more time. And then just notice the sensations in the body. Notice how the throat feels, the legs and the arms. And if this felt funny or awkward, I'll just tell you the first time I did this was at a yoga ashram in my 30s, and I thought I had entered the funny farm. But over the years, I've learned that this is a really good way to release. I don't recommend doing it in public places, but it's a good thing to do at home. So we're going to start again with the feet. Let's come up on those toes, and then back on the heels, lifting the toes. Up on the toes, and then back on the heels. Up on the toes, back on the heels. Up on the toes, back on the heels. Up on the toes, back on the heels. And then let's just take this right foot first, allowing it to flow along the floor so the sole of the foot is on the floor. Then we're going to lift those toes, drop the foot and draw it back in. Then take the other foot along the floor, then lift the toes, draw it back in. Again, lifting the toes, releasing the toes, drawing the foot back in. Other side. And one more time on each side, lifting, releasing the toes, drawing it back in, and again, lift, release, and draw it back in. And then let's just march it out a little bit, connecting those feet with the floor. Now we're going to move up into the area of our neck. So again, this is the focus of this Vishuddha Mudra. So as you move the neck, just pay attention to the spaciousness in the neck as you take the different movements. So as we move our arms up, let's gaze up to the ceiling, raising those hands, lifting the chin. And then on the exhale, we're going to drop the chin towards the chest. Inhaling up and gazing up. And exhale, releasing the chin towards the chest. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Take it 2 more times at your pace. And whenever you've completed the rounds, just allow the arms to rest back down. And then we're going to turn the head from side to side. So as we turn the head right, we're going to lift that left arm. And again, notice the stretch in the side of the neck. And then exhale, bringing the arm down and head back to center. Over to the other side. Notice the stretch in the neck. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, inhale, and exhale. 2 more times at your pace, returning the hands down onto the lap or by your side when you're complete. Now we're going to drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, feel the stretch in the neck. Maybe to get a deeper stretch, extend that opposite arm out, or the same arm out, I guess. And then coming back in, then again to the other side, feeling the stretch along the right side of the neck and into the shoulder, and then taking it back again. And once again, and then 3 more times on each side at your pace, finding the breath, taking the stretch as deeply or as narrowly as you like. Just make sure that you're being aware of the sensation and pairing the movement with the breath. And then when the head is back at center, let's bring the palms together. We're going to inhale the arms up and overhead, and then exhale, coming back down. Inhaling up, exhale back down. Inhale up, exhale back down. Inhale up, exhale back down, and 2 more. Inhaling up, exhale back down, inhale up, exhale back down, and last one, inhale up, exhale back down. Now we're reversing it, so fingers are pointing down, we're coming up the center, opening the arms wide. Taking an inhale and an exhale. 2 more times. And then we're going to bring the palms in front, face up, and just bringing them towards our shoulders, and then back to the starting position. So it's an inhale coming up to the shoulders and exhale back down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. On the next inhale, we're going to leave the fingertips at the shoulders. We're going to open the elbows wide, and then we're going to bring the elbows together. So little elbow kisses here. Just moving, noticing the sensation in the back of the body. When the elbows come apart, the shoulder blades come together. When the elbows come together, the shoulder blades come apart. And then we're just going to leave the hands on the fingers, and we're going to circle those shoulders. Or leave the hands on the fingers. Leave the fingers on the shoulders. And we're going to circle the shoulders. Taking it in one direction. And then the other direction. Maybe you're getting some snap, crackle, pop here. I know I do. And then release it back down. And then let's take the shoulders up towards the ears. So just releasing it up on an inhale and down. Again, using that throat. Inhale and through the throat. And it's interesting, I just reflected on the fact when you exhale through the mouth like that, where you make that little noise, in yoga that's called a cleansing breath. So again, that's our vishuddhi, that sense of cleanliness coming through the throat. So let's now bring our arms up into cactus, and then bring the forearms and hands together. And then open wide, forearms and hands together, open wide, forearms and hands together, open wide, forearms and hands together, open wide, and one more, forearms and hands together, and open wide. Releasing the hands back down to the side. We're going to move into our finger movements, and I'm going to show you the movements that will be part of the dance. If you remember, as we do our verse in Somewhere Over the Rainbow, we're stretching the pinky, the ring finger, the middle finger, the index finger, the thumb, and then we're going to bend that wrist and move the wrist in time to the music. So that's going to be one set of movements, and then we do the same on the other side. Stretching each of the fingers and the thumb and moving to the music. Let's open the fingers wide and then make a fist. Open wide. The thumb's on the outside now. Thumbs on the inside, outside, outside, inside, inside, outside. And shake out the hands. And since we're talking about the movements that we'll be doing in the song, the next verse that comes up, there's 2 different verses after the chorus. We're going to bring the right hand up and leg up, and we're going to move, we're windshield wipering both the wrist and the ankle. So taking that backwards and from side to side rather, and then release it down, and then taking it on the other side. And again, we will speed this up with the tempo of the music. And then release the feet down. Let's circle our wrists in one direction, then the other direction, and then we're going to interlace those fingers, making a figure 8. And then we're going to play the piano. And conduct the orchestra. And then release the hands down. I'm coming forward on my chair. I'm inviting you to bring the hands and rest them right on those kidneys. So you're just, with the hands, fingers are pointing down, and we're just going to lift the chest a little bit, gaze up towards the ceiling. So again, we're stretching the throat as we extend the chest forward a little bit. Take a few breaths here, and then exhale. Let's release the chest, bringing the chin back to neutral, and then we're going to take our archer pose. So if you're standing, you can turn one foot out, the other is straight forward, or you can do it this way in the chair. We're going to extend the index finger of the right hand towards the wall, the thumb is up. The left hand makes a fist and it comes across to the shoulder, and we're drawing our bow back into our warrior archer pose. Taking a few breaths here as we hold the pose. And then as we stretch the hands out, we're going to reverse the feet. So we're going to turn the other foot out, the other foot and the right foot forward. Then we're taking that left finger towards the wall, thumb towards the ceiling, bringing the right fist over to that left shoulder and drawing the bow back. And breathe. And again, pressing the hands out to either side. Adjust the feet if you want to, or just keep them straight forward. Right finger, index finger towards the wall, thumb towards the ceiling. Fist comes across the front of the chest as we draw the bow back. And breathe. Pressing the hands out to either side, adjust the feet for the final side. Left finger towards the wall, thumb towards the ceiling. Draw the bow back. And then pressing the hands out, bringing those feet in. We're going to bring that left arm across, right arm underneath, stretching that left shoulder. And then coming across again. Opposite side, stretching the back shoulder. We're going to release the hands down by the side, and we're going to get ready to do some fruit picking. So we're going to start just by reaching up and then dropping the fruit in the bucket next to us. So taking that a few times on the left side. Then we're going to take it on the other side. Just straight up, drop the fruit into the bucket, reaching up and dropping it into the bucket. Now we're going to reach across to the right, grab that fruit, maybe take a bite, and put it in the bucket. And take it again, reaching and into the bucket, and once more, reaching up and into the bucket, and other side. Reaching high up, getting those branches, dropping the fruit into the bucket. Once again, nice reach up and into the bucket. Last one, up and into the bucket. And then we're going to just take the reach a little bit lower. We're getting some middle branches, maybe some blueberry picking here. It's almost that time. Drop them into the bucket, reaching across, drop them into the bucket. And last one, reach across and drop into the bucket. And last side, right side, reach to the left, grab some blueberries, drop them in the bucket, taking it again and drop. And last one, reach and drop. And now we're going to take our tray movement. So palms are in front. We're imagining a beverage on the tray that we're not going to spill. We're going to inhale those arms up and overhead. Fingers are towards the top. Then we're coming back in, releasing towards the back behind us, and we're coming into the starting position again. So taking the breath that best suits you in this movement. Maybe you can get your hands all the way up in an inhale, and maybe it's an extended Exhale as it comes down. If you need to take a few breaths, take a few breaths. Your movement, your breath. And then coming back in towards the starting position after we go back. And here we are in the beginning, and we're just going to get rid of whatever we were holding on to, shaking it all out. Now we're going to move into our tricep movement. So we're going to start with the right hand, bringing that palm to the back shoulder blade, lifting the elbow if we need to, bringing the left hand onto the right elbow, and then gently lateral bend to the left. And inhale back up. And we have an exhale over, inhale back up, exhale over, inhale back up. Release the top arm down and then the other arm. And now we're going to take it on the opposite side. Again, lifting that elbow up towards the ceiling and then coming over to the right. Nice stretch. Ooh, and in and down and up. And down, and up. Releasing the top hand down, and then the other arm. And then let's just bring those shoulders up, back, and down. As we get ready to go into our bicep curl. So fingers are spread wide, then we make a fist and just bring it up to the shoulder, and then release it back down. Fingers are wide. Taking it a few times. And then we're going to take it on the other side. And then we're going to take both arms up together. Releasing the fingers and making fists. Make a fist and release. And again, shake it all out. Let's start with our twisting movement. So we're going to do our twist by extending our arms up and overhead. I'm about midway on the chair. I'm going to draw my right hip back a little bit as I turn towards the right, bringing my left hand onto my right thigh or knee, and then the right hand either comes down by my side or maybe it comes back behind me. Just notice where your twist is. And again, we're initiating this twist from the lower part of the body, not the upper part of the body. And breathe. And then inhale, both arms up. Coming back to center, we're going to stabilize those hips. And now we're going to shift the left hip back as we come over. Right hand on left thigh or knee, left hand behind us. And then, or to the side, whichever is good for your twist. And maybe the neck turns, gazing over the shoulder. Just do what feels good for you. And then breathe, inhale the arms up, coming back to center, making sure our hips are back to neutral. Palms come together at the heart center. Let's inhale the arms forward, taking a exhale as we flip the palms, and then inhale back up, stretching out, full body stretch, pressing the feet into the floor, palms are pressing up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, let's release it down. And we're going to take a lateral set of movements. So left hand is by the side, inhale the right arm up. And exhale over. Nice stretch. Feel that right arm reaching towards the opposite wall. Coming back up and down. Left hand up over to the right, reaching towards touching that wall, and then coming back up. We'll do two more. Inhale and exhale over. Stretch. Coming back up and down. Inhale up. Exhale. Stretch. Coming back down. Last set. Inhale up, exhale over, inhale back up, release it down, and here we go again. Inhale up, exhale over, inhale and exhale. Let's bring those arms forward again. Take a nice full body stretch. Feeling the spine lengthen, the hips are pressing into the chair, and palms are pressing towards the ceiling. And exhale, release. Now, midway in the chair here, we're going to do our forward fold. So let's bring the palms together. Remember, the emphasis here is on the length of the spine, not how far forward you get. So inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bringing those palms right to the hip creases. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, coming back up. Taking it again. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands come down, resting right at the hip creases. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe you come forward a little bit further, but not at the expense of the spine. Inhale, coming back up. Palms together for our last one. Inhaling those arms up and overhead. Exhale, right to those hip creases. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, coming back up. Palms together at the heart center. Pause and breathe before we go into some back bends. So for our back bends, I'm forward on the chair, but I still have a good support in my hips. I'm not going to fall off the chair because I'm well balanced. We're going to inhale the arms forward. Exhale, hands come back behind us. And again, lift from the sternum, so right above the breast. And then maybe the chin raises, maybe it stays neutral. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another. Feel the expansiveness of the front of the body. Taking a few breaths here. And then on an exhale, we're going to release those shoulders, bringing the palms back to the heart center. We're going to take 3 more of these. Inhale the arms forward. Exhale, coming back behind us. Inhale, lift from the sternum. Draw the shoulder blades together. Take a few breaths, feeling the expansiveness of this posture. And then exhale, release the shoulders, palms together. We've got 2 more to go. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, coming back behind us. Inhale, lifting the chest. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another. Feel that expansion in the chest. Exhale, release the shoulders, bring the palms together. We've got 1 more to go. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, coming back behind us. Inhale, lift, draw those shoulder blades together. Breathe fully and deeply. Notice how you feel in the area of the throat. Does it feel open and spacious? And then exhale, release the shoulders, palms come together at the heart center. Pause and breathe. Find a comfortable seat. So we're going to do a couple of sun salutations, given that we're getting closer to that summer solstice. We just had our Memorial Day weekend here in the United States, which, even though it's not really summer, it's the first official summer weekend. So we're going to start, again, when we do our forward fold, maintaining the same guidance we did as we did the forward folds by themselves. So we're going to inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, palms come to those hip creases. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. See how it feels here. If it feels okay, we're going to lift that right hand as we gaze up. So just follow the fingertips with your gaze. Very gentle twist. Be very mindful, especially if you have back issues. And then exhale, bring that hand back down. And then we're going to take the left hand up again. Inhaling just with your gaze. You're feeling a little bit of a movement in the side body. And then exhale, coming down. And then inhale, coming back up. Palms come together at the heart center. So that was a different version of the sun salutation. I'm going to do the traditional one I teach, and then I'll offer you the choice of whether you turn or whether you lift your leg. You may find that one is easier on your back than the other. So here we go. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, palms come to those hip creases. Inhale, lengthen. On an exhale, we're folding forward. Inhale, we're coming partially up. And then we're bringing our hand underneath that left leg, lifting the left leg. Releasing the foot back down, pressing the feet up, palms come together at the heart center. Inhale up, exhale, palms to the hip creases. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring our right foot up, exhale, release the foot down, press the feet into the floor. Inhale, coming back to center. Excuse me. Now, again, your choice. If you like lifting the leg better, you can do it. This time, I'm going to alternate which arm goes up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the hip creases. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Let's bring that right arm up. Gazing. Releasing the hand down. Let's press the hands in and up. And taking it for the other side. Inhale. Hands come to the hip creases. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. And then on the inhale, we're bringing the left arm up. Following the fingers with our gaze. And then pressing the feet in, coming. Both feet, arms up and back to the heart center. Ready for one more? Okay, here we go. Your choice, whichever one you do. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your choice of an arm or a leg. Exhale and inhale. And coming back up. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Either bring an arm up or bring a leg up. Releasing it back down and inhale. Palms come together at the heart center. Pause and breathe. Okay, so I just wanted you to know that there's many ways to do a sun salutation, and we're getting into the time of year where a lot of yogis will have sun salutation marathons. And the ultimate one is to be able to do it standing in the multiple traditional positions, but they aim for 108 sun salutations because 108 is considered an auspicious number in yoga. I've never done that, but I admire people that choose to. Okay, we're now going to come to our leg movements. So we're going to start with just a gentle straightening and bending of the knee. Taking it on the right leg first, just allowing it to come forward and backwards. And then we're going to pause that movement and we're going to take it to the other side. Noting that even though the leg is moving, the hips are stable. So you're maintaining a balanced seat. And then pause, release the foot back down. We're going to bring this right leg up and we're just going to open it up a little bit. So we're moving into the hip joint and then bringing it back to center. Bringing it open and back to center. Open and back to center. Open, back to center, and two more. Open and back to center, and last one. Open and back to center. Taking it to the other side, just opening up that leg and back in, open and in, open and in, and two more, open and in, open and in. Release the foot down. Now we're going to circle from the knee, but you may feel it in the hips. So just notice you can take the circle wide, or you can make tiny circles, or a combination. Find what works best for you, and note which direction you're going in, and then reverse it. Then release the foot back down. Taking it to the other side, maybe the circles are different on this leg. And then reverse it. And then release the foot back down. So we're going to bring that right leg up again, and we're going to point the toe and flex, point 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 and flex. Release the foot down, bring the other leg up. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Releasing the foot down. We're going to bring both legs up, and we're going to circle the ankles in one direction and then the other direction. I've got a lot of snap, crackle, pop going on. I don't know whether the mic picks it up or not. It's pretty noisy. And then release the feet down. Let's march it out a little bit. And then we're going to step the feet wide. We're going to hinge from the hips, and we're going to take a nice big pelvic circle. Again, this movement is coming from the pelvis. The back is nice and long. We're not trying to round the back in any way. And then we're going to come back to center and take it in the opposite direction. And then we're going to come back to center, bringing the feet in. And because I feel like we really need to do a little bit more to exercise our muscles of independence, we're going to do 5 of the blast off. I know it's been easier in the beginning, but we need to work our way up with these blast offs. So remember, we go from 5 to 0. So hugging yourself if that feels good. We're going to press the feet in, coming up to 5, and then coming back down. And 4, and back down, and 3, and back down, and 2, and back down, and 1, and back down. And then we're going to bring our arms into it as we blast off. So let's just connect our feet with the floor, finding the best stance for us. For me, it's about hip distance apart. And I like to come up on the toes and back on the heels, just so my feet get used to the new dimension that I'm taking up in space. Just a very gentle up and down movement with the feet. And then let's just march it out a little bit, again with the purpose of connecting the feet to the ground. And then I'm going to turn forward so that you can see. You can be in whatever position you like. I'm going to stand with my feet about hip distance apart. So again, a normal mountain pose, making sure my feet are connected to the floor. Ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders are roughly in alignment. And what we're going to do is what we did seated in the chair. This is a standing camel. So we're going to bring our hands back so that the palms rest right about the area of the kidneys. The fingers are pointing towards the floor. And then we're going to lift the sternum. Maybe the neck lifts as well. And again, we're just going to take a little back bend drawing those shoulder blades towards one another. The elbows are pointing towards the wall behind us. And we're breathing in to the open sensation in the neck in front of the chest. Just feel that stretch. And then exhale, let's release it, taking a little bit of a coat sleeve movement. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Camel is a pose I really like because it's a little bit of an exaggeration of how the opposite way that we move in space normally. Normally we're hunched over, and this is a great reminder to open up and also to keep that throat nice and clear. So let's take it again, finding the stance in our feet, making sure that we've got a nice alignment. And then we're going to bring our hands back behind us. Resting palms are roughly on the kidney area. For me, that's about where the waistband is. And the fingers are pointed downward. We're going to lift the sternum, drawing those shoulder blades together, maybe lifting the neck a little bit, and breathe. And then exhale, let's release it again, taking a little bit of a coat sleeve movement. Just allowing whatever tension may be in the arms or legs to release. And then let's find our mountain stance again. Feet are centered. We're going to bring our hands behind us, lift the sternum, maybe lift the chin a little bit. Breathe into the sensation of an openness in the front of the body. And then exhale, let's release that, palms come together at the heart center. And then let's find our ground now. So we're going to do a tree, balancing. The right leg is next to the chair. I'm holding onto the chair with my right hand. I'm turning my left foot out, bringing the heel either to the ankle or the calf. If you feel more stable by a wall, feel free to hold on to a wall. And then as you find that point of stability, find a place to focus your gaze. That helps with the balance. And then feel free to bring your arms into whatever position is good for you, and it's okay to continue to hold on to the chair if that feels most comfortable, which I'm going to do today because I'm a little wobbly. And breathe. Don't hold your breath. I know it's tempting when we balance. It's kind of like, gotta hold the breath, but breathe. And then when you're ready, release the hands down, release the foot down, march it out. And then we're going to take it over to the other side. So now it's our left foot that's going to be our strong foot for balance. We're going to turn that right foot out. Heel either comes to the ankle or the foot to the calf. Find a place to focus that gaze and then bring your hands or arms into whatever position is good for your tree. And if you wobble, that's perfectly fine. I'm very wobbly today. And then release the hands down, release the foot down, let's march it out. Now to prepare for that summertime energy, we're going to do some standing modifications of sun salutations. So we're going to turn and face the chair. We're going to be far enough away from the chair that we can still touch it because we're going to be hinging from our hips coming forward. So we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, bending the knees, hinging from the hips. The hands are on the back of the chair. We're going to step the right foot back. Front knee is bent. Now if you want to straighten that front knee, Feel free to do so. Maybe there's a micro bend in that front knee. And then if it feels comfortable and you feel balanced on that foot, you can lift the back foot and maybe extend the opposite arm. And breathe. Then we're going to bring the hand back to the chair, releasing the foot back down. Press the feet into the floor. Inhale, coming up. And back to our starting position. So we took the right foot back last time, so this time we're going to take the left foot back. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, bend the knees. When you feel comfortable, step that left foot back. Make sure the right foot is feeling very strong. And then you can straighten the right leg a little bit as you lift the left. Maybe you just bring the toes off the floor. Maybe you bring the leg up to about hip height, whatever's good for you. And then extend the right arm as the left leg is extended. And breathe. Then bring the hand back to the chair. Release the foot back down next to the other foot. Press the feet in and come back to the heart center. How's everyone doing with that? You want to do one more round or is that enough? Okay, I see a couple of nods. Here we go. Inhaling up. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Step that right foot back. If it feels okay, then lift the right leg a little bit. To whatever point is comfortable, extend the left arm. Breathe. Bring the hand back to the chair, release the foot back down, press the feet in, inhale, coming back up, palms together at the heart center. Take a few breaths before we go into the next set of movements. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips as you bend the knees. Step that left foot back. When you feel like you've got stability in the right foot, lift the left leg, extend the right arm forward, and breathe. Then release that left foot back next to the right, press the feet in, inhale, both arms, hands together, back to the heart center, pause and breathe. Now we're going to hinge from the hips again, coming forward, knees are bent. Now we're going to walk backwards, stretching out the back body. So getting a nice stretch, maybe shaking the head up and down a little bit, side to side. And then when you feel like you've had a very nice stretch, walk back towards the chair. We're going to come into a seated position. Catch your breath, because I know those sun salutations can be a little vigorous. So we're doing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the Hawaiian version by Israel Kamakawa. And I may not be saying his name right, so apologies. So this is by far, I think, my favorite song to move to. And to me, it offers that sense of simplicity and hope that is meant by the concept of Saucha. So that's why I picked this song to go with this. So we start in the very beginning with offering energy out to others. This is the instrumental part. And then we bring it into ourselves. And then we spread it all around. And then every time we have a Somewhere Over a Rainbow, we have a half a rainbow. And then another half a rainbow. And then a nice big full rainbow. And the first time we do the rainbow, it's a lullaby. So we do the lullaby. In subsequent times, we're just going to hug ourselves. The first verse is the fingers with the wrists on both sides. And then the second verse is the hands going from side to side. And then we close, again, offering energy to others, bringing it in and spreading it all around. So it's pretty straightforward from a movement perspective. And let me see if I have it set up properly. And remember to sing. Bring it in. Spread it all around. Bringing the thumb over to the ring finger, palms are down onto the lap. I invite you to gently close your eyes and tune into your breath. Bring your focus of your breath into the area of the throat and just notice the sense of openness and ease that may reside there. And then bringing the palms together or the hands on the heart. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor that place in you which is of peace, integrity, wisdom, and love. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to stop recording.